Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Today I am harvesting almost all of my dill. It has gone to seed, and once it dill starts to go to seed, then the plant itself starts to die. So I wanted to get it harvested while I still had some green left. You can still use the flower heads for cooking. Anything that you would cook and use dill with, you can still use it. We love dill for pickles. We love to make refrigerator pickles. It's our favorite thing right now. We can go through jars of pickles in a week. That's how much we love them. And then we love the ones that we make better than the store-bought ones because we can manipulate the recipe to our own particular taste. So it's wonderful. I like my pickles to be a lot more garlicky. My husband likes his pickles a little bit more vinegary, and our kids like them all different ways. So it's a lot of fun having our own dill. Last year I grew dill, and my husband was making pickles and he dropped my jar of dried dill. So this year I grew a ton more dill, and I'm drying a ton more dill. So I have a couple of different jars full of dried dill in case he decides to get butterfingers and drops our dill on the floor and wastes it basically. So yeah, so right now I'm just cutting everything off of the stems. The stems are still usable, so I'll be keeping those. I'll dry some and then freeze some for later. You can throw the stems in anything that you would use to use dill on. So if you're using it, and I don't really cook with dill besides pickles, so I don't really know any recipes to tell you guys, but soups and stews, maybe anything that you want to have that dill flavor in. If you guys use dill in recipes other than pickles, leave those down below. I'm curious because I have not ventured into dill cooking yet. I don't know how that flavor would taste in something else. Anyway, so yeah, this is my dehydrator. You can use your oven. Set your oven on 200 degrees and then put your dill on a tray with, what's that paper? You know, that paper that you sit on the tray. It's not aluminum foil, it's the other parchment paper. Put it on parchment paper, 200 degrees or a little lower if you want to cook, bake it for a little bit longer, dry it out longer. And just keep an eye on it because dill dries out super quick and you don't want to risk burning it. Trust me, I have burnt a lot of stuff trying to dry it in the oven, which is why I got a dehydrator. So that just helps me. A lot of you are a lot better in the kitchen than I am. I am doing my best. So it took probably like 2.5 to 3 hours for this whole batch of dill to dry. Super quick. That's how quick it takes. I don't know how long it takes in the oven. I haven't done dill in the oven, but I did a lot of other things in the oven to dehydrate. But once it's dry, dill is the most crispiest thing. So it's very delicate. So any amount of like manipulating, trying to grind it, or squeeze it in your hands to fit it into anything else, you are gonna get shrapnel everywhere. Just accept that. You will get more than what lands on the floor, I promise you. So this is the mason jar I'm using. I'm using a huge one today. I'm actually going to be using two, but just like crumbling this up to put it in the jar is so messy. Pulling them off of the rack, so messy. There's just parts flying everywhere. My floor was so crunchy after this. So these stems did not make it into the dehydrator, so they are going to be frozen fresh in a bag. I love to freeze you know, as a means of food storage. It is super easy. Just get you some freezer bags, put whatever it is you want to freeze in there and stick it in the freezer and forget about it. But don't forget to label it, and label it with the month and the year in case you know, forget it in there for a really long time. It's nice to know when it went in. So now I'm getting real creative and grinding this up in the jar. That made the most sense at the time, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then my stems that are dried are gonna get their own mason jar. So that is it. I dried some dill. I have a little bit more left over to do, but that's basically the gist of it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Bye.